Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fausto Pugliese, president and founder of CyberTrade University. And this is our, we do these events, these free events to kind of introduce a lot of you about the trading community, tell you, educate you, not just entertain you, but to show you how to trade profitably in today's market. Specifically what today's topic is about, how to succeed in the high-frequency trading era. Now, I know a lot of you are going to have some very, very good questions. Specifically, somebody just right here just mentioned how not sure how to get up to speed. I'm a newbie to the tools he uses. Well, you know what? To me, everybody is a newbie. As long as you're not the 80 to 90% failure rate of the people out there that want to be self-taught. Okay, so that's the most important thing we want to look at. So before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to cover a couple of things that we're going to be learning today. We're going to talk about some discipline, some traders' journals. We're going to talk about some high-frequency trading. We're going to talk about something of how people read charts backwards. We're also going to talk about stocks that we've traded in today's markets and, you know, how they did and why we bought them and so on. And then we'll talk about a lot more. So a lot of great content we're going to cover today, which hopefully it's going to educate you and make you realize why are you not trading this way and how can you, because we all love trading. We just need to have the right game plan. Now, to tell you a little bit about myself, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, I always like to, I know I don't want to bore you with this, but you know what? You got to know who your mentor is. And a lot of you are going to be spending money on education. Some of you have. Some of you probably wasted your money. Some of you are looking and being very, very frugal. Some of you out there are looking at it in a situation and are screaming for help, but you want to make sure you're going to spend the right time with the person because it does take a lot of time. So to let you know a little bit about myself, ladies and gentlemen, CyberTrade University has been in business for 20 wonderful years. We're the longest online educational school in business in today. We teach for more brokerage firms than any school in the industry. We don't have any exclusivity. We don't want exclusivity. And the reason for that is because when I started 20 years ago, I've learned that why people fail is because people are buying programs, certain execution systems. They're looking for the crystal ball, okay? And I was one of those ignorant little kids that thought exactly like most people out there 20 years ago. But fortunately for me, living in New York, I was trained by the best traders in the world, because after realizing that the self-education doesn't work, that there's no better way to learn than somebody that does it all day long, why not learn from them than me learning the hard way, and that's actually trying to do it. So over the years, ladies and gentlemen, I surround myself with great traders. Obviously, you could see the photo up there. I rang the closing bell last year with Steve Forbes. It was an honor and a privilege, and actually it was his first time ringing the closing bell. But the great thing about this photo is the one on the right, which is Steve Forbes came out, put on the front page of the article, a bunch of kids tormenting Wall Street. Well, I was one of those kids. We were called SOS bandits. If anyone ever read any of the old books of trading, I was one of those SOS bandits. When I started, there were 1,000 day traders, SOS bandits. Now there are over 10 million. So if anyone is day trading, basically that was SOS trading back in the old days. Over the years, ladies and gentlemen, becoming very successful, I was semi-retired at the age of 24. Okay, I made so much money that I was working an hour a day. And people recognized that a 24-year-old wasn't working every day sitting on the golf course, driving a brand new 911 convertible, saying, well, what is this kid doing? Stealing? I mean, it's impossible. Is he in, what could he possibly be doing? Well, when I told them what my job was and I showed them, people says, oh, could you please teach me to do it? Well, eventually the word spread, and that's how Cyber Trading University was born. So I do both. I teach and I trade. Now, every single one of you at the end of this presentation are going to be able to join me and see and trade live with me in the real market hours at the end of this presentation. So which is, I think is a great opportunity, because you hear people talking about it and says, oh, I heard about these, but how do I know what you teach really works? Well, from what you're seeing up on the screen, I'm a 12-time world champion. I've been to Paris. I've been to China, Canada, U.S. I beat every single school in existence that I competed against. Why? Because a lot of them are not traders, okay? So that's what you're trying to do. And you're out there, you want to make sure that you need the education. You just want to make sure you're learning from the right person. Now, also, if anyone's interested, you could always go out there and learn a little bit more about my book. Wiley just published my book, How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, 70% of the people fail. And I love this photo right here with this little baby, because some of us, everyone always laughs about it, and I think it's so cute because a lot of people go out there and they're like, you're looking at the screen, you're like, I don't know, is it really going up? Is it going down? What the hell am I doing? I'm an educated person. I spent all this money going to college. I ran a successful business. Why can I not figure this little ridiculous game? Why am I failing? Why am I not making as much money as I should? Well, because a lot of you just do not know how to play the game. So what I'm going to do right now is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to explain to you right now why half of you are going to fail. And please don't take this the wrong way. I live here in New York, okay? We're just very direct, and we just shoot straight for the hip. I want you guys to realize that this is a very cutthroat business. You have money on the line. You want to make sure that you're getting the right data, and you want somebody that's not giving you any fluff. Okay, so how could you succeed and bypass the other 50% of the failure rate? Well, it all starts off with the brokerage firm's account. Okay, brokerage firms, online brokerage firms, ladies and gentlemen, are trading against you. They are. They're trading against you, and I'll explain to you. Do you really think that they're getting rich on your $7 a ticket? I mean, think about it. Do you really think that they have those beautiful skyscraping buildings in Manhattan, real estate, they're worth billions of dollars, these companies, because they're making $7? Even if they had 1 million accounts and everybody traded every day, and they made $7, that's $7 million a day. There's no way the numbers make sense, okay? Nobody here trades every day. Actually, I think they estimated every trader does about 2 trades a year. That's the projection. 2 trades a year, okay? So how do they make money? How do they actually do it? Well, it all starts off with dark pools, okay? What they do, ladies and gentlemen, is brokerage firms, what you're doing is you're sending an email to them, and they're going out there and they're buying it on the bid. It's going to their traders, which is what you could see here, like the floor. It goes to their traders, and what they're doing is they're buying it on the bid, and they're going to email you back that you bought it on the offer. I mean, just basically in layman terms, that's the simplest way I can explain it. Or what they might even do is something called payment for order flow, meaning they'll take your order and they'll sell it to another brokerage firm. That brokerage firm will pay them a commission for your order, and those commissions could be several $100s. And then your brokerage firm will let you know you bought the stock. And meanwhile, you're up in arms. You're like, wow, I paid $5 a ticket. I'm rich. That was a steal. I used to pay $200-300 with a broker. I'm paying $5. What do you need brokers for anymore, right? Well, do you know what goes on in the back end? Do you realize that you're dealing with public transportation? You're not driving your own car? Because if you figure that out, that's why you're here. You're probably realizing, why is every time I do my trade, I get an email? Why every time I do a trade, they tell me 2-3 minutes later? Why is that I get partial tickets? I'll tell you why. Because you never asked them. Why don't you call and ask them up and ask them? Why don't you do this? Everybody have a pen in front of them. Everybody have a pen in front of them. This is what I want you to do for homework. Okay? This is where I'm going to prove to you, and you could do a Google search, whatever you want. Look up the word payment for order flow. Ask your brokerage firm and say, what does payment for order flow mean? And does your company practice this? Could you please explain to me, tell them, why are you involved in dark pools, which means your brokerage firm is swapping trades with another trader in their company? Could you explain why you're getting partial tickets? I'm being honest. And when you realize what's going on, you're going to be like, what in the hell do I need you for? I could just do it myself. That's why most of you guys are here. You're realizing that half the people are going to fail opening up with the wrong brokerage account, and then now you're realizing it. You know what? I don't need a brokerage for an online broker. You know what? I don't need public transportation. I'll just drive the car myself. Now, yes, it costs more money. Yes, there's education involved. Right? Think about it. Anyone here anyone here was not taught how to drive a car? Who here was able to get a driver's license without taking a road test or a permit? Anyone? Anyone here actually got in a car with a teenager just learning how to drive? Isn't that the most scariest situation ever happened to you? But we don't think of it because we know how to drive. Well, now it's time. Well, guess what? You are that teenager. And I'm going to be a parent. I'm going to tell you how to do it right. And the first step is taking matters in your own hands, getting a direct access broker. So how do we do that? We have to learn before we could earn. That is the most important thing we have to look at. So let's explain the difference between trading. Okay? There's day trading, there's swing trading, and there's investing. Now, back in 2000, I've been trading since 1995, and I will never forget back in 2000. Everybody remember what happened in 2000? The internet bubble? Was anyone, by the way, anybody here trading back in 2000? Out of curiosity? I don't know if anybody here was trading back that far. But back in 2000, oh, come on, we got to have a few people that traded back in 2000. Nobody here is 24 years old anymore. A few of you? Okay, good. Back in 2000, I'll never forget, but a lot of people, day trading got a lot of scrutiny, okay? And that was one of the reasons why the SEC changed some of the day trading rules with the $25,000 compliances, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, and that's a story in itself. But what's happening is people were not day trading. They were swing trading and they were investing. Day trading means you're in and out the same day. You have no overnights. You could sleep at night. There's nobody bothering you. That's what day trading is, okay? You're in and out the same day. That's it. Swing trading is a lot more riskier. Swing trading is when you're holding a position overnight. So now you need to know a lot more technical analysis, and not only that, but now it gets a lot riskier, okay? And investing is just you're looking at a percent. So let me explain to you the difference, because people always ask me, well, what's your profit? What are you trying to beat? The S&P? What is your ratio? Day trading is a commission. Does that make sense to everybody? Because people always ask me, like, how much money are you looking to make? 2%? What are you looking to make? 50%? That's not day trading. Day trading is a commission. Does everybody know what that means, a commission? There is no percent when it comes to a commission. We're set on what we want to make for the day, and that's it. Big, big difference. We don't work on percent. We work on commission. That's what trading is, Okay? Now, if you're a swing trader and an investor, now you're working at a percent. There are two different animals. One's a commission-based, one is a percent-based. Okay? George says, not sure what you mean. Okay. Well, George, let me ask you a question. And everyone, give me a chat back. How much would everybody like to make a year trading? How much money would everyone like to make a year? And being honest, conservatively, you got a job. Let's say I give you a 50% raise. What are you looking to make? George says like to make $50,000. Keith says $20,000. Keith says $100,000. Kathleen Ann would like to make $20,000, $50,000, $100,000. Okay, so if you open up an account with $10,000 and you wanted to make $50,000, how much percent did you make on that money? How much is the percent? It's 500%, right? That sounds ridiculous, right? That's why traders I would ever say, oh, I want to make 500% on my money, because everybody's pockets are different. If you had an account with $50,000 and you made $50,000 that you made 100% of your money, traders don't look at it that way. We look at it that we want to make a commission, meaning if I want to make $200 a day, I could do it with my $100,000 account. I could do it with my $10,000 account. It doesn't matter, because sometimes you don't need to use that $100,000, which some of you here know that. So you have to know what game that you want to play, because most people just don't know how to play the game. They really, really don't. And this is the beauty about being here today. I'm going to show you how to read high-frequency trades, okay? And what you're going to be amazed. You're going to learn two very valuable lessons today. You're going to learn and realize that trading is for you, or you're going to quit trading and go back to work at McDonald's. Not to insult anyone who works at McDonald's, because I heard that hopefully the minimum wage might be going to $15, which is not that bad. But I'm not in the business, to make an hourly wage, and I know a lot of you aren't either. How do people fail? They just don't know how to play. So let's talk about one of the big things that they make. Okay, discipline, hardest thing to teach. George says, don't even get me started. You know what? But it's the truth. It really is. It's unbelievable, right? So, discipline is one. Controlling your temper. Okay, being a good trader, you can't think. We just react. We don't take stocks personally. We don't go out there and care what these companies do. But what we need to be is disciplined on how much money we want to make. And you got to be. And by doing that, that's being very, very focused and being very, very knowledgeable about trading. Being a good trader in the beginning is a full-time job. It really is, in the beginning. But overall, once you start learning how to trade, it's not. I mean, anyone here own their business? Anyone here actually own an actual physical business? A store, a company, or maybe you work for somebody, a few of you here? Brendan, you have? Okay, good. And remember, owning a business is not for everybody. Some people don't want that responsibility. Remember, every job comes with a salary. Every job comes with hours, okay? And, being a business owner, when you first started, there's no clock punching. There's no 9 to 5, okay? It is 24/7. That's what owning a business is. Why? For the ultimate goal. Because a lot of you here that did have a successful business realize you don't have to be there all the time anymore. Eventually you get to a point the business runs for itself. And then you do other things. So, getting back to trading. In the beginning, the education, it is extremely imperative that you're there and you learn. See, one thing I teach my students, 10% of your time is spent in trading, 90% of your time is spent in class and learning. But once you learn how to ride that bicycle, you never have to go back and take classes to learn how to ride it again. You could just pick it up and you could just trade. And then you see things. First thing that most people have to, that I find people make mistakes is, which everybody wants to try how to trade, but nobody wants to take the time to learn how to paper trade. Okay. Now, I just did a conference yesterday here in New York City, the Equities Conference, and I had a student of mine that did a presentation for us, and you know, she just started. She's a famous woman, very well-known actress, model actually, and I'm coaching her, and she, you know, and here's somebody I want to learn jumping with 2 feet. But I pulled her out of the water, and I started breaking her in like I do to all my students. And you know what? She's sitting there paper trading, and after a while, she just, you know, realized, oh, now I get it, because it's easier to lose money on paper. It stinks to lose with real money because you can't get the money back. And a lot of the execution systems work very, very well on paper. You know, these systems allow you to paper trade. But once you start understanding how to make money with paper trading, then what we do here at CyberTrade University, we show you how to start small amount of shares to learn how to play the game. Because what happens when you start playing the game? Emotions start kicking in. And by doing that, you have to trade. If you don't trade, you're not going to learn. And that's the beauty of doing 5 trades a day. Because it is a lot of fun when it comes to trading. You actually, who would ever thought that you would have the opportunity to have a seat on the exchange? You told me that 20 years ago, you'd be like, that's impossible because it costs $10 million just to buy a damn seat. Now you don't. Now you can go out there and do it yourself. And that's right, Wayne. It's 0 commissions to paper trade. 0. That's pretty damn cheap, Wayne, don't you say? Why is nobody paper trading? Why is nobody learning from their paper trading? You know why? Because we have ants in our pants. We want to try it. We want to go out there and see if we like it. There's what's there not to like. Of course you're going to like it. I don't like trading. I love trading, just like you. When I lose money, we think I just said, oh, I'm done. I'm getting a new job. I'm like, listen, no big deal. I come back tomorrow. That's what trading is all about. Because there is a failure rate in trading. Big failure rate. And when it comes to failing, you have to learn from those mistakes. And the faster you make those mistakes, the faster you're going to learn. Like, for example, any of you who analyze your trades at the end of the day? How many of you can actually honestly say that you journal your trades, you review them at the end of the day, okay, and know why you lost, why you made, and why you lost? And the funny part is, the ones that are saying, a lot of you are saying yes, are my students. There's almost 100 people in this meeting, over 100. 4 people adjourning? Are you kidding me? No wonder why most of you are not making as much money as you like. Oh, no wonder why some of you are out there. Listen, anyone here follow sports? Why the hell do they practice on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and sometimes Saturday? They just play football on Sundays? Why do they even waste their time? Right? Why? What's this whole film thing they talk about? Why do they call people film junkies? You know, athletes. Listen, you're an athlete. You're a trader. You're a professional. This is your profession. You think you just wake up in the morning and the money just keeps printing? You got to sit there and practice and analyze your trades. And I see it time in and time again, because no one wants to take time to follow those rules if you want to succeed when it comes to trading. So sometimes if you want to see a change for the better, you have to take matters in your own hands. Clint Eastwood, famous word from him. So how do we fix things? Well, the first biggest mistake I find is that 80% of the people read charts backwards. You're probably falling off your chair right now and like, wait a minute. I spent $20,000, $10,000. I read 15 books, people tell me. You're telling me I'm reading charts backwards after I learned from this guy and this famous guy? Hey, you know what? You ever watch CNBC? You ever watch the financial TV stations? You ever see that CNBC is broadcasting their studio right on the New York Stock Exchange? Well, you know what? What I want you to do is look behind those anchors, the people that are talking. Look at the monitors, okay? And you tell me what you see. Orders. Okay, that's what you see. You don't see any charts. See, what I am, ladies and gentlemen, I am what you are called a tape reader. Does anybody know what a tape reader means? Who here knows what a tape reader is? Donna does. Benton does. Joe, Frank, okay. Calvin, do you know? Brad? Bart? You see them at the circus. You see them everywhere. You're actually seeing it right on the TV station right now. That little tape reader that's going on the bottom that you're seeing right there, that's called tape reading, okay? I am a tape reader. And when I first started, I knew everything about charts, everything. I read every book out there, everything about the charts. But you know what the problem with the charts are? They're lagging. Do you want to be a lagger or you want to be a leader? You see, charts were invented by mathematicians, okay? Most charts were invented by mathematicians. Well, is that what you want to learn? Do you want to learn from a mathematician or you want to learn from a trader, okay? So, the more you look at these charts, the more confused that you're going to get, right? Anyone feel like this kid? You're sitting there and you're trying to well, oh, it's going up, but wait a minute. Did Fibonacci move yet? But did it cross with the MACD? Did Halley's Comet come across? Did the red cross with the green and then with the orange? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you've been there and you've done that, Donna? Well, you know what? That's where you have to learn something, what we teach called the KISS method. Keep it super simple. Get all the noise, and then let's get right to the source, okay? And that's knowing what we call support and resistance. So, how do we see support and resistance levels? It's something called level 3, okay? Total view. Who here knows what total view is? Who here knows what level 3 is? Anybody? If you don't, just be honest. Just give me a no. I just want to make sure that if anyone here, you're alive. Okay, now we're getting some no's. Stanley's saying no. Okay, thank you very much, being honest. Listen, the only way you're going to learn is being honest, right? That's why we're here. So we have a few people that don't know what level 3 is. I assume, honestly, I can't even use that word anymore when it comes to trading. There's no such thing of assuming anymore. But maybe some of you heard of level 2 before, okay? Your brokers give it to you. Oh, we have level 2 quotes. Well, level 2 quotes. Well, level 2 quotes are not level 3 quotes. Big, big difference, okay? What we're looking at right now, right here, is something called the matrix, okay? This is on TradeStation. Anyone here have an account with TradeStation? Okay. We do education, like I said, for over 50 brokerage firms around the world, and TradeStation actually does a very good job on their level 3, which what they call is the matrix. Okay, so let me explain to you what level 3 is. What is it worth to you if I was to tell you that you could actually monitor 70% of the volume in the stock that you're trading? Imagine you could actually see all those orders, 70% of the volume. You see, my mentor, when he came up to me and he says, Fausto, you really want to learn how to trade? I says, of course I do. That's why I'm here. He says, well, then why are you acting like you know what the market's doing? What makes you think you're smarter than 70% of the volume out there? He said, well, I really kind of felt stupid at that point. And I'm like, well, maybe I don't. I'd rather monitor 70%. He says, that's why people lose money, because they think they're smarter than Wall Street. Don't pretend and think you're smarter than them. Just join them. These people are trying to move millions and millions of shares. What are you trying to trade? A couple of hundred? You say you like the ants on the floor getting the crumbs. You think we care about ants stealing your crumbs? Right? Do you? That's what we are. I know that's degrading, but we are. We are the ants. We're just trying to make the $50,000, $100,000 a year. We're not like the George Soroses out there that are making $50 million a day. We're trying to make $200 a day, $500 a day. You think he cares about your $200? You're not in that league. And that's when it made sense to me. And I'm like, you know what? I would like to be George Soros, but I'm not going to, but I also like to hit lotto. And, obviously that's not going to probably happen unless I buy every ticket and spend, $10, $20 million, which I don't have. So when it comes to trading, ladies and gentlemen, it's about watching orders. So do you see that little arrow that I have right here? Okay, so what you're looking at right here, ladies and gentlemen, hold on a second. I need to draw for you. All right, so these are your buyers, and these are your sellers. Okay, now what you're looking at right here, ladies and gentlemen, these are orders. Okay, these are all orders. You got 300 share buyer, 7,000 share buyer, 6,000 share buyer. But if you notice, as a trader, what we look for is something called iceberg orders. Guys like this that are buying 146,000 shares, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I know a guy that's looking to buy 300 shares is not going to make an impact. I don't think this 3,000 share guy is going to make an impact. But there's a guy down here at $3.64 that's looking to buy 146,000 shares. These are called iceberg orders. That's right. That is one big arrow. Now, the way we use it is this. I know some of you here read charts and think you know how to read charts, but let me explain to you what a chart really is. Chart is actually past history. And what we look for when it comes to charts is like you're looking at a chart and, you might look for what's called these, you look at these heads, you're looking at what these supports and resistance levels, they call it peaks and valleys and so on. But, you're looking at a stock where it's starting right here and you're like, okay, well, where is it going to go? Okay, stock right now is trading, at $20.14. Well, if this stock was to go higher, being a trader, you got to have a game plan. And my game plan is, okay, I like the stock, it's going higher, but it's not going to $1,000, okay? It's going to stop somewhere. And how is it going to stop? Well, I need to know where the other orders are. Now, I know there's orders in the past we hear back at $20.20, but are they there now? Well, the only way to know is yes, there is a 11,399 share seller out there. So I know the 600 share guy is not going to hold it down, but definitely probably that 12,000, that 11,399 shares. Okay, so that is what you need to look for. Those are what we call high frequency trades. Now ask yourself a question, ladies and gentlemen. How many of you here, I'm not talking about students, if you're a student of CTU, please don't answer this because you know this already. But if you're not a student at Cyber Trading University, please tell me, how do you monitor orders out there? How do you know where buyers and sellers are? Can anybody tell me? Anyone here monitoring that? Anyone seeing where these big block orders are? That's all right. That's the answer I want to hear. Level 2, John, won't tell you that. Level 2 is only showing you the best bid and best offer. It's not showing you all their bids and all their offers. You're seeing 20 times more data. Big difference. 20 times versus 1 time. I'd rather be on the 20 times side. Okay? That is the parentheses of how many orders make up that one trade. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about one stock right here. This is, did everybody see what happened to Krispy Kreme today? Did anybody see what happened with Krispy Kreme? Anybody traded today? It was a great trade today. We did really, really, really well with Krispy Kreme. Actually, it's my son's favorite donut shop. Anyone like Krispy Kremes? Anybody like Krispy Kreme? I like Krispy Kreme, right? It was great. It was a great trade, right, Keith? Keith's actually a student of CTU. Okay. Yes, we did really, really well with Krispy Kreme. Okay, we're going to check it out on the chart, but let me bring it up. So anyway, oops, I said I lost connection. All right, back up. Everybody hear me okay? Kind of lost me right there. All right, good. Looks like I had a little hiccup with the internet. All right, anyway, so here's Krispy Kreme, ladies and gentlemen, and this was actually at 9:30 this morning. The stock went for $18.80 all the way up to $20.20. Can everybody hear me okay? Just give me a chat back. All right, just making sure I'm good. Okay. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. So the stock literally ran from $18.80 to $20.20. So how much money is that? How much money is that from $18.80 to $20.20? $1.40, right? What is $1.40 times 1,000 shares? Thank you very much, Keith. $1,400. Okay, everybody have a calculator? 1,400 times 5 days a week times 52 weeks is $364,000. Now, some of you saying, "Oh, I like to make $50,000 a year. I like to make 100." I just showed you, how you would have made literally the 300. The mid six figures salary right there. Now, granted, you probably didn't make all of it, but you could have made a little bit. But why did it go down? This is the answer, okay? Now, that's what most people have to look at. Why did it go down? It went down because of this order, that high-frequency trade. That is the reason, ladies and gentlemen. When you have a high-frequency trade right there, that is what hit a brick wall. Now, does anyone know where Krispy Kreme is right now trading? Where's it trading right now? Anybody have an execution system? Wayne hit the nail on the head. I don't care. I'm already out of it. I know. I agree. But the point is this. We saw the seller at $20.20, and now it's trading at $19.20. Because you know why I'm bringing it up? Because I get people tell me all the time. It says, "Yeah, but where's it now? Where's it today? It's at $19.20. How did you know to sell it at $20.20? Well, guess what? That is what we teach here at Cyber Trading University. How many of you actually go in a position, have a game plan, know where those iceberg orders out there, so you could sell it just where they are, so you don't get caught holding the bag? Not too many. So you need to know how to pick better stocks to trade. That's why I don't understand why people keep going, "Oh, what's Apple doing today?" You know when I cringe in my stomach when people tell me that? "Oh, I don't trade penny stocks." Krispy Kreme's a penny stock? Oh no, well, maybe not Krispy Kreme's, but yeah, I heard you were trading this one stock, BITS was $3. What about Sirius Radio? Sirius Radio, is that a penny stock? It's at $3? PMDI. PBMD, I'm sorry, Peter. Actually, that's a great thing. PBMD right here. Let's look at this stock. Great stock, right, Peter? We traded it at Cyber Trading University. This stock started this morning at $1. It went all the way up to $6 in 2 days. Okay, it was up 1,300%. 1,300. Where is it today? $2. Who the hell cares? Because you know what? We're not swing trading. We're day trading. This is us. Okay, this is what we do. All right. Now, what does the company do? I mean, it's a pharmaceutical stock, and, it's all about this cancer, breast cancer drug, whatever. Pharmaceutical stock's been phenomenal lately. But you think we really care? Do you really, really think we care when it comes to trading? All like what the company does, why'd you buy it? Oh, I don't deal with dollar stocks because, look where it is today, it's at 2. I don't own it now. We traded it back then. And a lot of students here will tell you that. Let me tell you something. I don't know the last time Apple went up 1,300% in 2 days. I don't know the last time Chipotle or Microsoft or NASDAQ or, Facebook or the QQQs or the S&P and Bank of America and the SPYs and the Fords. I mean, I can go on and on and on. This is what separates people from being a trader and being an analyst. Don't pretend to be analysts. Let's trade and make a day's pay. That's what you need to do. And how do we start doing that? By learning from successful traders. Here at Cyber Trading University, what we do is we run a professional trading room and we run a professional teaching room. We run 2 separate rooms. And what we do is 10% of the students' time is spent in our trading room. The other 90% are spent under education. We learn, we got classes going on, we got recordings going on, you have homework to do. I mean, honestly, would anybody here give their money to someone and never learn finance? Anybody here would ever do that? Why would you do that? You could do it yourself, right? I could pretend to be a trader, but you're smarter than that. That's why you're here. You want to do it right. So what we do here at Cyber Trading University, we teach you how to make a day's pay. We teach you how to be very consistent. It doesn't take a lot. I mean, think about it. You buy 1,000 shares of stock. It moves up 50 lousy, stinking cents. It's $500 a day. There's 20 trading days in a month. You're talking a 6-figure salary. How many of you guys quit after making 50 cents? 50 cents. People are like, what the hell is 50 cents? 50 cents. You probably didn't think twice of what the hell is 50 cents. 50 cents is $500. How many of you here know people that make $500 a day? How about this? How about I invite all of you to come and see my professional students that do it every day? Guaranteed. I guarantee it. Anyone want to take that guarantee? Who here wants to see a guarantee of seeing people that do this? And I'm talking about $500 a day. How about guys that are making $2,000, $10,000 a day? Of course you would. Keith is saying, I do. He's one of the students here. Thank you very much, Donna. Great to see the excitement. Because we could sit there and show you every great example of trading. We could teach you and explain everything here, but at the end of the day, you're not going to learn how to trade in an hour. At the end of the day, you could spend all the hours you want and sit there and think you could figure it out on YouTube, okay? But the only thing that's free is a cheese and a mousetrap. At the end of the day, nobody here is going to let anybody do brain surgery on their loved ones because, they learned out of YouTube. You could do it yourself. You'd rather go to someone that went to school, learned how to do it, worked on staff, been policed, everything. That's what we do here at Cyber Trading University. So if you want to start learning today, this is what we need to do. You first have to realize that every single one of you need a mentor. And I'm not talking one. You might need a couple. Listen, some people like the way you sound. Some people like different strategies. Some people trade different markets. Okay? But every single one of you, I don't care if, just out of curiosity, Can anybody tell me who their mentor is? Anybody here have a mentor? Give me their name. Fausto from CTU, Daniel. Thank you very much. All the best. Thank you very much. Obama's a mentor. Okay, he's got one. But did he teach you how to trade? I'm talking about who taught you how to trade. Keith says Rich from CTU. There you go. So you have to look at it this way. Everybody here took a job before? Everyone must have had a job once in their life, right? Do you remember who mentored you at your job? How about your parents? Are your parents a mentor? Did these parents mentor you? Do you remember your parents? Of course you do, right? How many of you could actually say, oh, yeah, I have a mentor who taught me how to trade the market? Doesn't sound like a very, promising, convincing for me to invest money with somebody. Like, wait a minute, you learn from anybody? I'm going to give you my money and you think you just learn from YouTube? It doesn't work. I'm just telling you, it just does not work, ladies and gentlemen. The only way you're going to learn, you have to learn from mentors, okay? And not learn from their winners, learn from their losers. Benton says, where do you get level 3? That is an excellent question. And this is the answer. I'm going to let you know at the end of this presentation. Give me 5 minutes, okay? All right. So, if you really want to know Benton, this is what I'm going to tell you. This is where you're going to get it. For $29, I will show you how to use it for 5 wonderful trading days. 5 days. You give me 5 days, and I personally guarantee that if you're not satisfied, I'll give you your money back. Okay? And what you're about to see in these 5 days, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to allow you to have access in my trading room with my students and my instructors and see us trade these stocks all day long. Guaranteed. And the only reason why we're charging $29 is because we want serious traders. We want people that are going to take this seriously. All right? And like I told you, it's money back guarantee. I'm not going to and there's no billing after that. We don't play that game. And this is all you have to do. Right here in the bottom left. Right there. You'll see it. There's a little banner right there, ladies and gentlemen. And it says 1 week live trading room chat room. If you click on that link right there, ladies and gentlemen, right here, this is all you need to do. Just fill this screen out, and we'll register you for the 5 great, wonderful trading days in the market. Okay? Any other questions? Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Or what you can do, too, by the way, you could also call us at 877-70-CYBER. You could talk to an education advisor. They'll tell you more about it. You could do any of that stuff. Do you have a wall of fame? Oh, we definitely have a wall of fame, and we have a wall of shame, too, Marcus. We have a wall of shame of people that think they know how to trade, and we throw darts at them all day long. They're like, look at this student thinks he knows how to trade, and we throw darts at it. They're like, okay, because some people say sometimes it's easier to throw a dart at the Wall Street Journal than sit there and try to pick stocks. And actually, it's a funny story, but they actually did that at a college. They had a bunch of college kids. One threw darts at the board, and the other kids analyzed it, and the ones actually threw the darts did a better job because they subconsciously they just went in there without thinking of it. Couple of questions coming across here. If we want the best education investment industry, sign up. It's easy. Mark, thank you very much for that endorsement. And once again, the cheapest trade every one of you guys can make is get educated. That's the cheapest trade you're going to make. So you're talking, what, $6 a day? That's like lunch money to see stocks go up 20, 30%, 50% in one day? Sounds like a pretty good deal. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Can we attend at our schedule? Yes, you can, John. This is what you need to do. When you talk to an education advisor, all of you are going to be assigned one or an instructor at CTU, and let them know that you can't make it, because your training could start today immediately, right after you sign up. But if you feel that you're not ready for it, or you want to wait and push it off because you're going on vacation or whatever it is, just tell them and they'll work around your schedule. Question is, what tools do we need to subscribe? You know what? That's got to be one of the best questions I've received all day today. And you know what tools you need? Nothing. Why would you want to go out there and buy tools if you don't even know how to trade? Everybody thinks, well, do I need to open a brokerage account? No. You know what? Let me tell you something. Trading's not for all of you. So what we do is we'll have all the tools. The only tool you need is to take that $29 and be in that room for 5 days, and we'll tell you, and you'll see all the tools you thought you need, you didn't, and the ones you do need are what actually control the market. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? All right, then. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Feel free to give us a call here at CyberTrade University, and I will give you my personal email address. Let me just put that in there for you. If anyone has any questions, feel free to contact me at faustop@ctucorp.com. James, how much is the cost after 5 days? You could be a member as low as $67 a month. $67 a month, absolutely. But that's your choice. Don't forget about what it is now. We'll talk about that after 5 days. Okay? All right, everybody, thank you so much from the staff of myself here at CyberTrade University. Thank you for coming. Feel free to log into your dashboard at CTU. This has been recorded, so you can be able to listen in later and share with your friends for your listening pleasure. And if you want to know anything more about CTU, once again, please call us at 877-70-CYBER. What do you expect to learn in 5 days? What you expect to learn in 5 days if trading's for you or not. What you expect to learn in 5 days is you're going to see real professional traders making money and seeing if you want to be part of a group of successful traders. That's what you're going to basically going to be seeing. Thank you very much, Wayne, for adding that comment. Fausto is exactly what he says. CTU is for real. Thank you so much for sharing that. Once again, hope to see all of you in the cyber group room. And for everybody else, if you don't want to move forward with CTU, listen, the best advice I can give you is if this is not your type of trading, definitely learn from somebody else, but please do not go out there and try to be self-taught, all right? It is a probably 90% failure rate. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of your evening. See you. And for the rest of you, I'll see you in the trading room in the next few minutes. Thank you.